Welcome to Manna at the Tap, a podcast from Tapestry Ministries. Each episode reflects on a daily Bible reading from the Revised Common Lectionary. I'm Gloria, a fellow traveler on a spiritual journey with the Tapestry community, and we refer to the daily Bible reading as our spiritual manna. It nourishes our souls, fostering spiritual growth as we share insights and interpretations that enrich our spiritual lives. Today is Monday, September the 1st, 2025, in the 12th week after Pentecost during the season of ordinary time. This is a time for us to live an extraordinary disciplined life as we experience spiritual growth. The lectionary reading is from the final chapter of the New Testament book of Hebrews, chapter 13. And although the book's author is not named, they show a strong knowledge and understanding of the Old Testament narratives. The letter was written to a community of believers enduring severe persecution under the Roman Empire, and it aimed to encourage them by providing guidance on how to persevere until they complete the race of faith and reach God's heavenly city. First, they should continue to live and to love one another like family. They should not become a community that was only focused on themselves. They ought to show hospitality to strangers. And who knows, they might end up entertaining an angel without realizing it. They were told not to forget those in prison and those being mistreated. You see, first century prisons were harsh, overcrowded, and often abusive. The prisoners had to rely on family and friends to meet their needs. The author urges the community to avoid loving money and to be content with what they have because God has promised that He will never leave nor forsake them. They should accept all that God has provided and not fear the uncertainties of the future. The lectionary reading focuses on Hebrews chapter 13, verses 7 to 12. The author encourages the community to remember their leaders, those who have passed away. They shared the gospel with them, and now the community is called to reflect on the outcome of their lives and imitate their faith. The author reminded the community that the previous generation of leaders were faithful and had passed away. However, Jesus Christ remains the same yesterday, today, and forever. And they were advised not to be misled by various false teachings. And they should focus on avoiding doctrines that cause division and instead let God's grace strengthen their hearts. Grace is a gift from God that cannot be earned through human effort. And in recognition of God's great gift of grace, the community is called to respond with a sacrifice of praise, the fruit of their lips. God delights in our praise, whether we are at home, at work, or on the streets.